Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Cast Pending. Today, video games.
Ooh, childhood memories.
Let them burn.
Very good disc pong there.
Thank you. Okay, so I think what we'll do is if we start off with what are video games? Because you know there's going to be some dumbass out there who's like, oh, you cannot play VHS.
Why is he Russian?
Oh, why not?
Everyone's Russian.
Yeah, man.
Why? Where are they going?
Running somewhere. Right, so Don, you want to take us off with your top 10 list?
My top 10 list. So what have we got here? I've got a list of the top 10 best-selling video games of all time. So we'll start at number 10 and we'll work our way backwards. Number 10, we got Mario Kart, which sold 35.1 million copies.
Damn.
Mario Kart. At number 9, we got Mario Kart Wii, which sold 37.2 million copies.
Had that.
Number 8, we have Wii Fit, selling 43.8 million copies. Number 7, we're going back now, Pokemon Generation 1, so Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow on the Game Boy.
Oh, dude, this is what I grew up on. I love this.
Yeah, so that's 47.5 million copies sold.
Fuck.
And then we got Super Mario Brothers on the NES.
Gee.
So altogether, Super Mario Brothers sold 48.2 million copies. Now, that was 40 million copies on the NES and 8 million copies on the other consoles.
Damn.
And then, so we go to number 5, and we've got a game called PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, which I'm not familiar with myself.
That sounds familiar. Hang on a second. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. What is that now?
Pending.
It looked like a Halo-y kind of game. I saw a picture of it, but that was about it.
Oh, I remember this. It's it goes by a different name on the bloody consoles. PUBG.
Right. Did you play it?
Yeah, that's what it was. PUBG was is like an anagram for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was on the PlayStation, the Xbox, and I think it was on PC as well. You could do cross compatible. So basically you start off in the world where you're just like you're like a character, and there's other, like, I don't know how many other characters can be in the game, but they're all like other playable people. Like,
right.
You start off with nothing. You have to go around like hunting to get like guns, ammo, cars, clothes,
Scavenging.
armor, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. And then, like, obviously you have to travel through the map and try and kill everybody.
Sounds a bit like what was that game on the PlayStation? Not June, the other one. Oh, I can't remember. We'll come back to that anyway.
Yeah.
So at number 4, we've got Wii Sports, which sold 82.9 million copies or downloads, whatever you will. Now we're into the top 3. So number 3, we got Grand Theft Auto 3.
Wait, the most sold was number 3, Grand Theft Auto 3.
Grand Theft Auto 4.
Grand Theft Auto 4.
Selling 135. No, Grand Theft Auto 5 selling 135 million copies.
That makes more sense.
I was thinking because it's been on 3 consoles. It's only on 3 consoles, so you think it.
My mistake. And then we've got number 2, Minecraft.
Oh,
selling over 200 million copies or downloads.
That is mad.
Does anyone want to take a guess at what number 1 might be?
Doom? No, wait, hang on a second. Yeah, it wouldn't have been Doom. Marcus?
The number 1 best-selling game of all time.
What would be the number 1 best-selling game of all time? It's something old, anyway.
It is. It's something you wouldn't expect.
I don't know. Enlighten us.
Okay, so it is with 495 million purchases or downloads. So that's physical purchases or downloads on a mobile phone or whatever.
Yeah, I'm right.
Tetris.
God damn.
I was surprised when I read that.
Like, I thought Grand Theft Auto would have been one of the top sellers in the world. Like,
well,
I know number 3, but like I would have thought maybe like almost at 1 or 2.
Yeah. I honestly thought there would have been a Call of Duty in that list, but there isn't.
Yeah. No, Call of Duty is it's being milked. I think like if you look at this list, maybe what 10 years ago when the Modern
Yeah.
Warfare series was just coming out, you would have probably got it up in maybe number 8 or 7.
Yeah, it would have probably been on the list, and I agree.
Yeah.
So I've got another little list for you. This one is the best-selling franchises of all time, and I've
Oh,
only got 5 for this list, so it's a nice short one. Again, we'll go from 5 back to number 1. So at number 5, we got Pac-Man,
oh my God.
Oh yeah.
and that's ranked in a total of $14.1 billion. And then we have Wii, because Wii sell their own games, they make their own games, just a
Yeah,
brand.
yeah.
Oh, t-shirt.
And they raked in 148 billion. Sorry, 14.8 billion.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh.
what?
I was thinking, geez, fair play to them.
And then we got number 3, which was Call of Duty franchise at 17 billion.
There you go.
We got number 2 is Mario. So all the Mario games.
What could I be one?
I'd say
And that's-
they would rake in a hefty bloody price because like Mario is just like it's amazing, like no joke. Like I played it when I was a kid, and I have one of the games now. Like I still bloody play it. It's class.
Well, they're bringing games out on the mobile phone now. You got Mario Kart and Mario.
Yeah.
There's another one where you can run as Mario and collect the mushrooms and hit the
Oh.
bricks and all that. But that Mario comes in at $30.2 billion. And the top of that list is Pokemon, raking in a whopping $90 billion.
Of course it is, but like
Yeah.
Pokemon is like so well known, so spread. Like you can go anywhere in the world and everyone will know Pokemon.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it seems that the Japanese are dominating the video games industry in terms of revenue.
Oh, it's mad. It is. It's absolutely. It's class, but it's crazy.
I used to love
Who's
Pokemon.
that?
What a game! And
Who's
Mario.
that Pokemon? It's Pikachu, the fairy. Fuck.
Who was your favorite Pokemon?
Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur. Mine was
Eevee.
Squirtle.
Oh.
Oh,
Jenny.
oh.
I just found
What is
Squirtle
this?
to be cute.
Was
Same
it
with Eevee.
cute? Because like when we seen him on like the TV shows back in the day, he wore sunglasses and he was more cool than cute.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Yeah, he
Gang.
was.
So nice.
See him just walking along with Ash with his Thug Life t-shirt on and his shades.
A cigar.
Mad.
So what would you say is your top maybe 3 or 5 games that you've ever played? What would be your favorites?
Top 5 games I played. I have a list. Now, unfortunately, my list kind of like spans, but they are all a part of the same franchise in certain franchises.
Right.
Number 5 on my list, right, is the
Oh.
Assassin's Creed original trilogy.
Oh, boom! What
Right,
a load,
because
what a game.
they were epic. Nothing like that was really done back in the day when they were launched. It was like mixing like history and modern day, and it was just class.
Yeah.
Being able to take like the idea of traveling back to a point in the history through DNA to assassins cults throughout the world, and having to fight the Templars. No, it's class, and just the style of the gameplay and everything was just amazing. So, like for an open world game back in the day, it was amazing. Like that was 360, man. That's 360.
Assassin's Creed is probably my number 1 on my list. In fact, it is, but more specifically, Black Flag.
Oh,
That
Black Flag
game
was
to me was
amazing.
just a whole nother game.
Yeah, no, Black Flag was amazing.
But
I love the whole idea of like open world with the ships. It was just class. Now, personally, I am more of a modern or futuristic kind of person. I'd rather like something based in science fiction in a future context than I would in a past context. But at the same time, Assassin's Creed just done it. It was flipping amazing, and it sucks you in. Like that was the original trilogy that I started playing with, but the new trilogy, Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla.
Oh, see, I played Origins and it was really fucking hard. I really struggled, but so I gave up on that. But I intend to come back to it and carry on and try and finish. But I really want to play Odyssey because, as you know, I've got a massive love for Greek ancient culture. So
Odyssey is amazing. You would love Odyssey. Like most people are complaining about they obviously changed the kind of gameplay style and everything from the original Assassin's Creeds. Fair enough. But they changed it in Origins, which that's why I'm saying these are kind of like a trilogy of their own because they all follow the same game mechanic. Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. Now, I love the idea. My number one of the Assassin's Creed series is Valhalla for me.
I haven't played that one, so I'll have to let you know how I feel about it once.
Yeah, like, okay, so the idea is that Valhalla, you're what the hell are they called again? You're not an Asgardian, Viking. That's what it was.
Viking.
You're a Viking in it, right? Now, obviously, the Vikings were barbarians. Like these men were not known to be quiet in any stretch of the word, right? But obviously, like the assassins reached out to them because they were like super strong and powerful, and they didn't like the Templars. Not that they knew what the Templars were. They just didn't like the whole idea of like, you know, Catholicism and all this, which the Templars were a part. But yeah, so they basically went like, we'll use their brute strength against them. Here's a present, an assassin knife.
And I think if I read that part of the game Valhalla is set in Ireland, or you can get an expansion.
You can get DLC that brings you to Dublin.
Right. Okay, that's very good.
Yeah, I have to get back into it, but like from what I have played, it's amazing.
Right, it's one for the list then.
So, Marcus, what about yourself?
Yes.
What's your number 5?
My number 5. I don't know if you had heard of this. It was a big game when it came out. This is back on the PS3. Called Mod Nation Racers.
Say again?
What was it?
Mod Nation Racers.
I've heard of it.
What was this?
Well, it's a racing game, and you can create your own tracks, your own karts, your own like people like mods.
Right. Okay.
So like you just like, and then you like, so you can literally create everything you want. Like, so like I even created myself and I like made my jerseys on it and all, and then you just race around. You race online.
That's pretty cool.
Like people just make like Super Mario, Superman, Batman, like anything you can nearly think of. Like, and you can just race, like, you can race the Santa Claus, like, online. So I remember going to race at like 7 Santa Claus and I kept blowing them up with rockets.
What the fuck? It sounds like a mad game.
It was brilliant, but the one problem with the game, which is why it never was never as big as it should have been, the load times were absolutely dreadful.
It sounds fun, like, and what was this? Could you play online with other people, or was it just?
It was mad online. Like, you go around in this like area at the start, like before races, and you can like go and look at people's creations and all, and download them for yourself. They can download yours.
So it's a bit like Mario Kart. You can attack people while you're racing, yeah.
Oh yeah, proper, yeah.
And what console did you say this was on?
PS3.
PS3.
It was one of the big titles, but it just never, because of load times, it never really got going, which is kind of sad, because if it was on the PS5, it'd be perfect.
I wonder if we can get it on the PS4. As like one of them pre-play the
I still have the PS3 with it on it.
I have to look into it.
That's mine. That's my number 5.
It might be better on the PS3.
Yeah.
Or PS4, sorry,
yeah.
PS4, a little bit better speeds. What about you, Don? What is number 5 on your list?
Number 5 on my list is God of War.
Oh.
And that's the most recent one. So obviously not the new one, Ragnarok, the one preceding that, which departs from the original God of War games, or the previous ones, if you played any of them.
Oh, the original. You're talking about the newest one that came out on the PS4.
Yes, the previous
previous to this year. Yeah.
Yeah, the previous games, the God of War games, were obviously based in Sparta, and they were about the Greek gods, the Olympians.
Yes.
Where this game is different, this new one, is that it's now Kratos, the main character, is now in I think he's in Iceland or somewhere like that. But wherever he is, it's bloody cold, and he's got to get to the top of a mountain. And basically, in this one, Kratos is fighting Norse gods,
isn't it? Yeah, the Norse gods.
Yeah, so Thor, Odin, Odin's son, all the Norse gods basically, and yeah, so it's obviously a bit different to the rest of them. The weapons are pretty much the same, but you've got a nice new axe that you can throw, which is pretty much like Thor's hammer. So you throw it and then you can call it back to you.
That's pretty sweet.
So that was pretty cool. When I saw that, I had some fun with that. But then you get to the end of the game, and like throughout this whole game, Kratos has a son, but the mother is dead. The mother is dead. And at the end, he finds out something about his son, and it's just like, damn, that's a game changer. So
right, well, I haven't played the full game. I've only played a little bit.
No, I'm not gonna spoil what it is, but there is
did he turn out he's a girl?
Oh shit!
Wow, that would be a twist. I mean, I don't know how
somebody's gonna rage on this video now because of that. Did he just say that? I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a second. I was like, it's 2020.
Oh God, of war.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but I actually did. The only reason I originally had got that, bought it with the PlayStation. I came with it. The only reason I kind of wanted to get it is because one of my favorite Stargate actors was playing Kratos. He was doing the voiceover for him, and it was
oh shit.
Yeah, Teal'c from SG-1.
Yeah,
Christopher Judge.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good game, and I would definitely recommend you play it if you like mythological stuff like that.
Play more of it, yeah.
But it's packed full of action. It's packed full of strategy games that you have to complete as well. Which
yes.
sometimes are a bit annoying, but yeah, good fun.
Number 4 on my list. Again, it's this one's a bit strange now, right? Because it's actually 2 different companies that generated for the same franchise. Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. Fallout 3 is just, it is. Fallout 3 is obviously the number 4 spot right there. It is just gorgeous. I love Fallout 4 because it kind of continues on that open world style with amazing graphics, but with base building in it. I love that idea. But Fallout 3 is just gorgeous. Now, what most people are going to say is like, what about the other one? What about New Vegas? Now, the difference between these two, right? Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 were generated by Bethesda, same for the previous games, right? But New Vegas was actually made by an external company called Obsidian Entertainment, and it was then rendered by Bethesda. So it had actually nothing to do with the original designers from Fallout 3 and 4. So it was kind of like a separate universe.
Okay.
Amazing games.
I've never played Fallout, but I was looking at a list of the best games of all time, and Fallout was in there. It was quite high in there.
Fallout 3, like Fallout 1 and 2 are PC games, and they're God View games, they're strategy games. I haven't played them. I've seen them. I don't feel like I'd be interested in it. But from the storyline of that one is, in Fallout 1, you play a character who's, right, you live in a town, the water machine has broken, and you have to go on this massive adventure fighting mutants and everything to find out that the person who stole the chip that runs the water machine is actually like, and I'm not going to destroy it, not going to give it away, but it's a character you know in it. And then Fallout 2 takes place immediately after that moment and follows the same adventure, kind of a similar adventure to that, until you fix the issue.
Awesome.
Fallout,
Awesome. And is it a long story to play through?
The original 2, I don't know. I've never played them. Like I've only seen videos and heard about it. But Fallout 3 now, I mean, you get a good, like if you were to play it constantly, you'd probably get it done in about, I think the fastest run through the main story campaign of that is something like 22 hours or something.
Jesus.
But I'm not 100% certain. But yeah, no, Fallout 3, like I had that for years. I think I got halfway through the campaign, stopped it because I got stuck at one point. Went back after about 6 years when Fallout 4 had been announced.
Yeah.
And I got I completed the game days before Fallout 4's launch. And when Fallout 4 launched, I was like freaking out, and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to buy like an Xbox One. Crap. So I did. Fallout 4, absolutely amazing game. Graphics beautiful. Storyline pretty good. Could be better. DLC amazing. But all the stuff you can do in it, all the modifications, the base building, the look after colonists and everything. Oh, dude, yeah. Minutemen class. One of the greatest games. And New Vegas is one of those, is a standalone version of the Fallout verse. And it is class. And apparently they're making a comeback now with the next Fallout game.
Okay.
Apparently people were like, demanding that they make another one, a sequel to New Vegas. And apparently they're coming back to make a sequel. Well, not a sequel to it, but like another game based in the Fallout universe. And I'm just like, yes. And guess where it's based? England.
England. Close enough.
And it's called Fallout London.
All right. That should be good. And when is it set? Are these set in like present day time, these games?
No, so the Fallout universe generally itself is set in originally Fallout 3, when I started playing it as the kind of first person, third person view kind of game, is set in 2551, I think.
Oh, okay, damn.
Right. So, and Fallout 4 is based before that. Fallout 4 actually takes place in something like 2238. So it's been like 200 years or 400 years since the atomic war.
Damn.
So the whole idea of the Fallout universe is that certain technologies advanced while other technologies didn't. Like they still utilize CV radios and box tube TVs in like their 2016.
Right. Okay.
But they had nuclear powered cars.
Yeah.
And they all look like something out of the 60s. Right, like bubble cars and everything, man. It was like, I mean, I love the 60s ideas. Their concept designs are amazing, but putting it into a game just makes it so just absolutely deadly. So I'm milking it now for all of the time. So let's get on to the next one. Who's next for Marcus? Number 4.
Oh, this is me. Well, to you, this might be a bit of a surprise, but I'm putting, as me and Smiles call it, Craft Mine. Okay, Minecraft number 4.
Minecraft, yes.
I think a lot of people know what it is. It's not really, doesn't need much explaining. But
it's the number 2 best-selling video game of all time, is what it is, with over 200 million sales.
Here's a fascinating and interesting subject for you, right? Minecraft was actually originally, when it was being developed, meant to be a design software for architects, so they could design, build, and like walk around their rendered properties. And what happened is it ended up being turned into a survival-based video game with a creative mode thereafter.
I did hear that.
Yeah.
Or I read it somewhere.
And that's why I built my house on it.
Literally, he actually built a duplicate of his real-world home.
You built a lot on there, haven't you, Mark?
Yeah, I've got like a pixel plaza of like pixel art of like everything from Crash Bandicoot.
He made a game inside the game.
Oh, he was showing me his little statues that he made. Is that what they are? Statues?
Yeah.
Replicas of characters, and I was like, "This is fucking awesome."
Yeah, class.
And they looked so good.
All in survival as well, which
they must have taken a good while to make.
Oh, month.
What characters did you have? You had
Crash Bandicoot, Coco Bandicoot, Stewie Griffin, Spider-Man, Link, Johnny Bravo. Salah Mane of Liverpool.
I remember this. You had Goku and Vegeta and the fucking
Pharaoh Tem from Yu-Gi-Oh, Sonic, Bulbasaur, Eevee, Pikachu.
I built loads, man.
This is like 16.
Oh, more.
And they look fucking brilliant too.
Over 20. Yeah. I was big.
I was really impressed.
That was only 2 years old when I'm still working on it. It's nice to be able to sit down and just play a game where I don't really have to use my brain that much.
Yeah, you just kind of zone out with it. It's class.
Yeah, even like you being a call, talk to someone, you can just play away. No bother. Like,
I've never played it, but I think I might give it a try because after seeing your world, the problem is anything I build on now is going to look shit compared to what I've seen you on your world.
The design software, learn as you go, man.
You see my build next to Smiles, and you just okay, fair enough. No. Yeah, I just have a graph on it.
And Don, what about yourself?
Number 4 on my list is Lego Star Wars, both the trilogies.
Oh my god.
Oh mad.
I forgot about those.
Amazing fucking games.
The Lego Star Wars series, Lego video games in general are just hysterically funny. Like the amount of stupid stuff you can do in it, and they just like explode into pieces, and you're like, "What the fuck's going on?"
See, a lot of people are going to say I've been mature for picking that as my number 4, but
no.
I don't give a fuck. It was a great game.
Yeah,
they were
your favorite
to adults and children. They were entertaining.
Oh, dude, I have like Lego Batman on the Game Boy, for God's sake.
I loved Lego Batman.
Brilliant.
There was a Marvel one, but I never played it, and I really wanted to. It was like Lego Marvel Avengers or something.
Yeah. It was actually There was what was it, Marvel versus they had a Marvel versus DC as well. Did
they?
I think they did, or maybe it's like Marvelous Villains and thing. I can't remember. It's a few years ago.
But yeah, Lego Star Wars. I remember playing it as a kid, and I actually remember my little brother was playing it with me, and he'd always, you could do 2-player on one screen. Like the screen wasn't split or anything like that. You were just both on the one screen, and you could only go so far if the other player was lagging behind or going in a different direction. So I used to get really annoyed with this, and I was just like, right, fuck this. So there was an option to drop out, so you could take yourself out of the game. So I used to get my little brother's controller, press drop out, take him out of the game, and unplug his controller and pretend he was still playing. And one day he cottoned on to this. He was like, "I'm not playing." I was like, "Yeah, you are. What do you mean you're not playing?" He was like, "No, I'm not." And he went down and told my mum. My mum come up and lost the plot with me.
He's like,
"What?" I was like, "Oh shit!" But even so, an amazing, amazing game. Took a while to complete everything though. You had to get lots of collectibles.
God damn, we're running out of time again.
Oh shit!
Mad.
All the collectibles.
Well, let's make this quick then with our last 3.
Right. My final 3. PC strategy game Civilizations 5 is 3rd place. Second place, second place is fucking torn, man. Call of Duty 3, which is based on World War II, which I loved. It was actually one of the greatest Call of Duty games I've ever played. Versus the Modern Warfare series. Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3 original. So good.
Yeah, they were great. 2 was great.
I just think Call of Duty 3 has a special place because that was kind of like, that's what I started on the 360 with.
Yeah.
And then number 1, my favorite franchise. Ain't nothing gonna beat it. Like I love Halo. Halo was pushing it here, right? Halo was going into the number 1 spot.
Okay.
But I think it's tied off. I think Gears of War is my number 1 franchise because I remember going out and renting Gears of War. I played Halo 1 originally on the Xbox with my uncles. That's grand. But Gears of War, I got it with a mate of mine and rented it. And it was just epic. You had a machine gun with a chainsaw on it. You could run up to people and hack them in half. Well, they weren't even people. They were locusts. They were like demonic creatures that lived below the surface. But the story in it was so heartfelt. Like, what was heartfelt? My ass. The first game, you're trying to survive as humanity. The second game, you're working your way down. You're destroyed the locust like stronghold and all this.
Yeah.
Number 3, you're up against glowing locusts that detonate and kill freaking thousands. You're living off a ship. It's amazing. I love the story. And you're like, we have to fucking finish this. The Lambents, that's what they were called, right? The glowing ones, right? So they were like a virus-infected version of these alien creatures that lived under the ground. And they killed one of your brothers, right? Literally, the guy who adopted your main character, Marcus Phoenix, as a child, Dominic Santiago. And
awesome.
You need to watch it. It's so good. And then you had like a prequel game, and then you had the next game and the newest one. I haven't finished the newest one yet. I need to go back and finish it. But there's another one to come out afterwards, and it's following this new epic story. It's just, Gears of War all the way.
I only ever played the first one.
Oh, dude. Do you have an Xbox?
PlayStation.
I'll get you up here one day. We'll play.
Boom. Marcus.
Oh, my top 3 quickly. Okay. So number 3 is Crash Bash.
All right. I knew that'd be in there somewhere.
For 2000, yeah. That's pure nostalgia. It's a hell of a game to play on original.
Yeah.
I still play it today. Great crack. Number 2 is the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy. Mainly Crash 3 if I had to pick one of them, because like it's Crash Bandicoot, PS4, remade, unbelievable.
Yeah, I can attest to that. I have it. Very good fun.
Yeah,
brilliant crack. And then number 1 is easy for me. There's no, I knew this was going to be number 1, and we were talking about this topic. Crash Team Racing Nitro Field.
Haven't played that.
It's absolutely. I played that. It's Crash Team Racing on PS4. It's just the best game ever.
I have to say though, I've seen Marcus play that, and he just flies through it like nobody's business. Like he's nozzing the whole way around the map. I'm like, how the fuck are you even doing this?
I've done it drunk so many times and just so used to it.
So never play Marcus on that game then, basically.
No, you'll lose instantly.
Yeah, I'm right in the middle now of like, there's nobody like, either they're way too good for me or like I'm way better than them, and I'm just not like middle bracket. Like I'm now. Yeah. I used to be up with hybrid, but then I stopped playing it for a long time and it'll get a wee bit rusty. But definitely best game ever. Even the customization online.
We want a World Championship series, and we vote Marcus to go on in place of our team, and he's gonna whoop everyone's ass. Okay, this is gonna happen. That's happened. I don't care. It's a World Championship console. Let's do this.
And we're gonna take bets.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, we'll take for sure. Why not?
Take bets. Don't back me, lad.
Right. Don, enlighten us.
Right. Very quickly, my top 3 favorite games are as follows. Number 3, Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh,
Japanese game. You're a samurai. You're a samurai. Very beautiful scenery. Very good fighting. Very good game all round.
I've heard great things about it, but I've never played it.
You need to play it. You love the Japanese culture and all of that. You will enjoy it. Number 2, Zelda. It's a toss-up for me between Zelda Breath of the Wild and Ocarina of Time.
Yes.
Both amazing games. Both very hard games, but definitely my number 2.
I've never played a Zelda game.
For those of you that can't see, I am face palming.
He's in shock.
Even I've played a bit of one.
I have never played a Zelda game. It just never appealed to me.
Oh man, that's just outrageous. But
yeah,
okay.
I
don't even know what to say. You've left me speechless. First time in my life I've ever been speechless.
Oh shit.
So, number 1, as I let slip earlier, my number 1 is Assassin's Creed Black Flag. That's my all-time favorite game. That was just something completely different to me. The way
was it because it was like pirates, or?
You know what it was? I think it was because I got so intensely into the game, and at the same time, I just started looking up different about like Greek gods and things like that. I started getting into that, and obviously in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, you've got the Roman gods. You've got Minerva, Juno, Jupiter, and Mars, and all those. So I think the cross between it, you being able to sail the seas and capture other pirate ships, and seeing the gods, or the ones that came before, as they're so called in the game, appear. I think that all sort of came together and just made it the best for me.
Yes. Now, for anyone who doesn't understand the concept of what we're talking about when it comes down to the ones that came before in the Assassin's Creed franchise, it is heavily heavily cited throughout the entire franchise, new and old, that it was aliens that were in place of gods. But because they were obviously so advanced, the ancient civilizations in those stories saw them as gods.
Yeah, exactly.
Epic.
Do I smell a conspiracy?
Oh shit.
So how long have we got left here?
2 minutes.
Right, so just two more little facts for you. The PlayStation 2 is the best-selling console of all time, selling over 155 million units worldwide.
Damn.
And according to Steam, the PC Gaming Hub has more than 120 million monthly active users, which beats PlayStation's 102 million active users a month, and Xbox's 90 million users a month.
God damn. Xbox dropped down a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect PC to be first, but there you go.
Well, you know what they say about the master race. Yeah, I do that with full commas on the end there.
Yeah.
Master race. No, don't get me wrong. They like PCs are an amazing machine. You can build them from scratch to make them absolutely epic. And like, I'd love to do one myself, but like, I am not spending $5,000 to build a computer.
Yeah, it's expensive, man. It's an expensive
hobby. I bought a car for $8,000. If I could afford to, like, if I had money to throw away, maybe I'd do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the PlayStation. I love it. I'm a PlayStation man. I always have been.
Well, I started out on I was a PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. Then I went into Xbox, and yeah. So, but now I'm back on PlayStation again. So, whoops.
Yeah. Well, it's obviously better than Xbox.
That's I'm not even getting into this.
By that statistic there.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Cast Pending. We hope you enjoyed the chats. Have a good night.
Thank you for listening.
That's right, BA start.
Good night.
EA, it's all in the game.